live stream. We got some fun ones for you guys. If you were watching this on the replay, make sure that, or even if you are on the live stream, make sure that on your way in, you hit that like button. Takes 2 seconds, really helps me out. I really appreciate that, guys. Today, I am wearing this John Varvatos Artisan Teal. This fragrance is actually super underrated by a lot of people in the fragrance community. A lot of people shat on it because of the fact that it smells like YSL EDT, but it smells like the EDT 2017 edition that was more citrus, more aldehydes, a little bit sweeter. And it also has its own little John Varvatos artisan DNA underneath it, which provides a little bit of spice and sweetness to it as well. I actually really like this fragrance. It's like 30 bucks or less usually, and it's perfect for the high heat. It only lasts about 4 to 5 hours, but I honestly don't care. I sprayed it on like 3 or 4 times today, and I will just spray it on more because you can and it's cheap. So why not? With that said, we have a lot of fragrances to go over today. So I hope that everybody is doing well. Let me just click on the thing so I can make sure I hear myself. All right, cool. We got John Carlo already in here. What's going on, my dude? Scent of the day is Acqua di Gio Absolu, which is my favorite Acqua di Gio, always has been. Mostly because if you would have asked me 15 years ago, I would have obviously said the Acqua di Gio is my favorite because I wore that almost every single day when I was in like high school into college. But I wore it out to the point where now anytime I smell an Acqua di Gio that even is remotely close to the original Acqua di Gio, it doesn't really do it for me unless it's like Profondo or Profondo Lights during the spring. I like wearing those, or Profumo every once in a while at night. While they still smell great, it's just worn out for me. As far as Acqua di Gio Absolu, it completely removes that DNA down to like 2%, and then you have this almost like amber woody version of like Invictus Aqua, Rasasi Hawas, that type of DNA, where it's an amber woody aquatic. It's a very, very good fragrance. But I just figured I'd share that because I love that fragrance. Dan Not the Man, let's get it. Scent of the day is Signature Bloom. So that's one of the ones we're trying tonight. I'll tell you guys about it right after I read the next 2 comments. New Versace Eros Energy on the way. There's a Versace Eros Energy on the way. Is that what you're saying? You have it on the way? Or do you have like a note breakdown for it? I haven't even heard of that fragrance. What's up, Patrick's Life? Wore Roja Oceania to work today. Nice. I still want to try that fragrance. Trying to finish as many decants as I can this week because I have 9 more on the way. Yikes. That's a lot. But I know how that feels because a lot of times I'll go through spurts where I get 0 decants. And then, like last month, I had decants from Ross, Dedrick, Newt, Mo, and like D Holmes. I had probably 200 decants sent to me last month, so I know the feeling. Newt is wearing scent of the day is Guerlain L'Homme Ideal Intense. Nice. That's a real. I saw that on Ross's live stream earlier. That's one of the better, if not the best, Guerlain Ideal fragrance. I actually over the weekend. I didn't tell you, Newt, but I got a very, very, very small decant of with one of my packages of L'Homme Ideal Parfum. It was one of the dipstick ones. I don't want to do a review off one of those because I didn't get enough out of it, but it kind of smells like a very light L'Homme Ideal Extreme. That's what I got from it. I mean, it might be different once I get a bottle, but it wasn't really anything that I would pay 130 or whatever bucks it was on Fragrance Buy. JTS, what's going on, man? Acqua di Gio Profumo today. Nice. I was just talking about that. I wasn't going to go for that many at once, but a decant site got in a bunch of new releases, so I ordered Ocean Parfum. Society Extreme, I actually have that in my video tomorrow. The most wanted EDT before they sold out. So tomorrow you guys will see a video. You guys know, if you've been following my channel for any amount of time, you know that I do designer new releases is like the bulk of what I do for my channel, with introduction to niche and indie as we're moving through different brands. I have cut back a little bit of the full bottle spending on the designer new releases because this year I've already picked up 3 times the amount of niche fragrances that I've picked up last 2 years combined. I've just been going crazy on niche and trying to get as many decants of new release designers as I can. But anyway, Every year in April and July, I do a top 5 designers at that point in time of the year. So top 5 designers of 2024 going into April. I did all of the ones that I've tried. There was, I think, 21 new releases already, and 4 or 5 of them I have not tried. And Givenchy, you would expect to not be in that list, but the Society Extreme actually made the list. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. Even though this year, I gotta say, is yeah, new. What are you talking about with the Prada thing? Because you didn't mention it in our message, so I'm confused. I have no idea what that is. I didn't see it on iFragrance. Let me check iFragrance again. iFragrance. Oh shit! It's iFragrance official. FragranceOfficial.com. All right. So there is a new Versace Eros. It is a new yellow bottle. Yay. I hated all the other Versace Eros. Not hated, just don't like them. I don't know. I just never liked Versace Eros. But let's see what the note breakdown brings for us. Top notes of Italian bergamot, blood orange, lime, lemon, and grapefruit. Heart notes of pink pepper, black currant, and white amber. And base notes of patchouli, musk. That sounds good. Okay, so they're going away from the Versace Eros DNA, and it looks like they're jumping off Versace Eros Flames DNA and adding something different, and taking out, at least from the note breakdown, taking out the vanilla from the and the tonka or whatever from the Versace Eros DNA. So that actually looks pretty good. What's going on, Mike? If you guys haven't followed Fragrance Fraternity, make sure to do that. Mike's a really good guy. Has been supporting the channel since pretty much he found my channel. My Zaharov samples are out for delivery today. We got mail delivered late here. Yeah, I get my mail at like 10 a.m. So I'm always glad about that, because as soon as the mail comes in, it's like I can do my videos right when they come in. Just sprayed a sample of Mind Games Vieri on my hands. So good, it's crazy. That's one that was not in my list. So I had a whole thing of Mind Games fragrances. My favorite was the Forward. It smells like a niche version of City Rhythm Miami. That's a really good tropical fragrance. It's kind of like a citrus lime pie, or citrus key lime pie. I know lime is, I think it was like pomelo. It's like a pomelo lime pie or something like that. I can't remember. I haven't smelled it in a couple weeks, but yeah. Was watching your latest video, then Randy came on. Nice. So earlier, whenever I was going to post the video, apparently my live stream posted early, and it was like, follow my channel, and some people were coming on like, why are we following your channel? What is this live stream about? And yeah, I was in the middle of editing it. That's what it was. Jay right there. What's going on, Jay? Yeah, I was editing the live stream, and for some reason YouTube posted it before I was even done editing it. New Versace okay, thank you, Newt, for posting the notes. Looks very fruity, citrusy, and pink pepper, black currant, patchouli, oak moss in the base. It does look really nice. It's going to be a nice fresh one. All the rest of them are warm, so it'll be a nice twist on the actual line. Maybe it's like an Eros twist on Kayat Al Farsan, Hachivat, a Venta style fragrance. I don't think so. I mean, most people, when they see that style of DNA, they always think that, but it's not going to be. Versace won't do that style of DNA. Eros energy actually sounds promising. Sure does. I prefer the originals over Flame, but I like Flame too. I'm the other direction. I think that Versace Eros smells like an old man, like an 80-year-old man. I always thought that. I don't know why it always comes off. It's the powdery, vanillic touch to it. I've never liked any of them. Versace Eros Flame is the only one that I own, and I don't wear it all the time, but it is my favorite from the line. I like the blood orange from that. Anyway, so now we got to the bottom of the chat. We could talk about what we're going to be talking about today. So you guys saw my first impressions of Zaharoff Halfeti Black Rose last week. And guess what? There it is. We got the beautiful looking bottle. Look how sick that is. You want to know why we got the bottle? Because I tested the liquid that I had from Eddie on my wife's toe, because that's how we do it. We test it either on her finger or on her toe to see if she's allergic to it. She's not horribly allergic. She just gets a really bad rash like in that area. And we tested it, and the rose oil from that's in this, she's not allergic to. So I was able to get it, and thankfully, so I reached out to George and I just said, "Hey, George, just want to let you know you're the first time in 16 years of collecting fragrances and smelling multiple rose fragrances that I actually am going to be buying a bottle of Halfeti Black Rose." And guess what? He sent it to me. So nice, way to go, George. And along with him sending that to me, he sent me the note breakdown for the new blue fragrance they're releasing, which I don't think I'm allowed to tell you guys, so I'm not going to. I'm not sure if Ross released it. If he did, great. I just can't give you that. I don't think so. And then he also gave me this, a decant of Bloom, because Bloom is another one. I told you I don't like heavy florals, so I told George like a few weeks back, I'm sorry I'm not picking up Halfeti Black Rose because my wife's allergic to rose, and I'm also not going to pick up Bloom because I hate florals for the most part. Well, he sent me this, and I'm going to see how it goes, and I'm going to let you know. I smelled it for a second, and man, is that stuff good. I mean, it is great. But I washed it off right after I sprayed it on. I just wanted to smell it, but it's good. And then I just forgot, like literally right when I was about to do the video, I forgot. I had this sent to me. It is Triple X by Zaharoff. I had this sent to me by Eddie. So that's another one we're going to be talking about. And right as we were doing the video, we got this package delivered. And this package inside it was sent to me by Hamzat. We have a decant of Nishane's Tarot and a decant of, so they put the decants separate, but they gave me the little boxes. Serge Lutens, and it is Un Bois Vanille, or Vanilla. But those two we're going to be also talking about if we have enough time. I don't want to have a crazy long live stream because I know my wife needed to do something after this, but yeah. Anyone heard or seen anything about the new Mugler Phantasm? Not yet. So apparently, this is what I heard from Jeff from SoCal Sense. He told me he talked to the Mugler rep. And this was before they even announced the thing for the women's Phantasm. They said there's a women's Phantasm coming out, but there's also a men Phantasm coming out. We don't know any information about it. That is all they said, and that's the only information that I had. And that's why I said through the rumor mill. What's up, Kix? How you doing, man? Kix Griffey, late to the party. You're actually right, like pretty much right on time. I haven't even got to the fragrances yet. Randy's going to turn into a floral note lover by the end of this year. My favorite floral fragrance to this date. It's like one of the only floral heavy fragrances I own. Tom Ford Soleil Neige. I've talked about this to no extent. This fragrance is amazing. It is a suntan lotion, high-end jasmine, sandalwood, creamy mix that is just beautiful. I hate the rest of the Soleil line, like Soleil Faux, Soleil Blanc. I hate all of them. Soleil Neige, on the other hand, this is great. I sent it to Ross and Dedrick. They both liked it. And I'll tell you one thing. Let's get into this. This is Zaharov Signature Bloom. Again, I sprayed this on for about 5 minutes, and I love it. I'm going to spray it on my wrist just because I didn't spray it on skin yet. I'm buying a bottle of this as soon as... what I told George is that I'm going to get a bottle of this as soon as Seraphim Blue is announced, that it's for pre-order. I'm going to pre-order Seraphim Blue because I don't want to have him send out 2 different packages. I'm going to buy Bloom and Seraphim Blue at the same exact time. So, like I was saying, Soleil Neige is jasmine, sandalwood, creamy, has a vanillic tone to it. Signature Bloom smells like 60% similar to Tom Ford's Soleil Neige, but I actually think that it might be better. My wife hates florals too, and man, when I sprayed this on, it was on a tester strip, but when I sprayed it on, she goes, man, is that great? Is that Tom Ford? And I was like, no, it is Zaharov Signature Bloom. It starts out, and right in the opening, yes, you do get a lot of florals. You do get jasmine and stuff like that, but it doesn't come off like overly feminine floral. It's strictly straight in the middle of unisex. But this has the same, I think, I haven't looked at the note breakdown yet, But I think the main difference between this one and the Tom Ford is I think that there's coconut in this. There smells like there's coconut in it, but as soon as you spray this on, it is a creamy floral mixture. So it's like almost like a creamy sweetness. Again, like a tonka bean or a vanilla or something creamy. I think it's like a vanilla coconut mixture. And then on top of it, you have the jasmine. But the reason that I love this is because, well, jasmine is one of my more, like, I'm more prone to liking jasmine than other notes. Whenever it's mixed with a creamy tone like this, it's to die for. And I'm telling you, Signature Bloom is fantastic. I mean, I haven't got to the dry down yet. That's why I sprayed it on now. But at least in the opening here, it smells like 60%. So if you like Tom Ford Soleil Neige, while this is more suntan lotion-y, like a high-end, like $200 suntan lotion, which I've never seen that before, but it's what it smells like. This one has a lot more high-quality florals to it, which Tom Ford has high-quality florals already, but it feels like you're legit smelling real jasmine mixed together with, again, this creamy, woody, coconut almost mixture. I need to look up the notes. I keep saying coconut almost, and that doesn't make any sense, at least to me, so let's see what the note breakdown is for Zaharov Signature Bloom. Signature Bloom. And I'll also show you what the bottle looks like. And then I'll obviously do a review of it once I buy the bottle. But that is the bottle right there. It doesn't have the placard like this one does, which I understand. I mean, it's the way he's doing it. But it runs for the 2 ounce, 155, 195 for the large. I wonder if the large has a plaque, but I doubt it. I don't think it does. Oh, this one only comes in 2 ounce. That's why. That's all he has available right now. I don't know if there's going to ever be a 4 ounce, but the fragrance notes are gardenia enfleurage, whatever that is. I know gardenia, but enfleurage, coconut, star jasmine, and there's coconut in the opening too, so the top, so that makes sense. Heart notes are amber, Arabian, and Egyptian jasmine, orange blossom, which is another floral note that I actually am pretty prone to. Red peony, and the dry down is sandalwood, sustainable vanilla bourbon. Oh, that's why I like the vanilla in it, because it's that bourbon vanilla, and I've always liked the bourbon vanilla. And a bourbon vanilla is a type of vanilla bean. I believe it comes out of Madagascar, as does Madagascar vanilla. I know both of them come from that area. Oud, sugarcane, white jasmine, sustainable lang lang, myrrh, and molybdenum tears. Oh, wow, it's nuts. Molybdenum tears. So, yeah, I'm going to tell you, just based on the opening, I'm rating this a 9 out of 10. This Signature Bloom is fantastic. If you like creamy floral fragrances, there is coconut. It's like a coconut vanilla mixture with that floral on top. So if you like a creamy, slight suntan lotion like jasmine heavy fragrance, you're gonna like this. Again, if you've smelled Soleil Neige and you like Soleil Neige, then you're gonna like this. I can tell you that for sure. Going into the dry down, it has a little bit more of the sandalwood kicking in. It has a little bit of that amber pulling up, but it's still pretty linear, at least here at like 8 minutes or whatever we're at. It smells like a creamy jasmine, beautiful mixture. It is refined. It is just absolutely beautiful. And the coconut in this is actually kind of shining, which is why I was nervous to say coconut, but I'm glad that I was right on that. That is the main difference between it. This one's a little bit more ambery and a little bit more dense than what you get with Soleil Neige, which is a little bit lighter. But this is a little bit more ambery, a little bit more dense, and has that coconut tone to it. So, yeah, if you want a creamy vanilla jasmine mixture, then this is the one for you. If you're not a floral lover, you should at least give this one a try. I know they do sell decants every once in a while, but thank you to George for sending that to me because it is fantastic. I am 100% buying a full bottle of that. I mean, for me, somebody who hates florals in general, and when I say hate, I hate. I mean, I don't like florals, and rose has always been one that I haven't liked. And guess what? That's the one we're getting into next. I'm not spraying this on again because I'm not filling up the room, but I have already worn this twice, and that is not including the decant that I got last week. This is Signature Halfeti Black Rose by Zaharov. Probably the coolest bottle I've ever seen. With that said, before I get into the bottle, let me read some of your comments real quick. What's up, Sandy? How you doing? Scent of the day, the entire Chanel Allure Homme line. I've been doing a comparison of all 5 scents. My favorites from that line, obviously Edition Blanche. Very, very good. Doesn't last forever. The most versatile from the line is the Eau Extreme, but again, doesn't last forever. It's like 4 to 5 hours. My favorite from the line, just all together with everything compounded, is the original. And I just found that out last year because it was the first time I ever tried it. And that peach note really sets itself apart from the line. And not only that, as an eau de toilette, it not only projects the best for the longest time, but it also has the best longevity, which is about 7 hours. So that is my favorite one in the line. Only one I have not tried is the cologne, but I am picking it up on Sabina because right now a 5 ounce, which is not sold in the United States, a 5 ounce is $135. So I am definitely picking that up. Some great fragrances this evening, for sure, 100%. I want to hear about that tarot. Well, we're going to get into that after the Halfeti Rose, for sure. One day you're going to drop a bottle on your head. Oh, I'm 100% going to drop a bottle on my head. You're not lying. I'm waiting for that to happen. I'm just going to go back, and my thing is just going to plop right in the head. Especially because the ones that I have up there are all glass. They're all my Creed bottles, so those are going to hurt. Or even the one Sedley. Sedley's going to hurt. Yeah, the 5 ounce Sandy, they don't sell that in the United States. They only sell the small and the medium. But the 5 ounce, and I just found that out, but the 5 ounce is normally $195 and it's $135 on Sabina. 3 types of jasmine. Yeah, I said Egyptian and Arabian jasmine. 2 types of jasmine. What's up, Scott? How you doing, man? Hope you're doing well. Really going to have to sample Bloom, but I'll definitely be purchasing the Zaharov Blue one when it comes out to pre-order. Yeah, that's when I'm going to do the Bloom. I asked George on an email today when the blue one's coming out. He did not answer me, so I'm just going to... He answered me, but he wouldn't answer me, if you know what I'm saying. And again, I have the notes for the blue one, but I can't tell you them. At least I don't think I can. So I'm just going to stick with I'm not allowed. What seasons would you say Bloom works for? I would say spring and summer, just like Soleil Neige. Spring, summer, early fall is the perfect time for it. It is definitely more fresh than anything. Again, it smells just like Soleil Neige does. This smells like a higher quality floral version of that high-end sunscreen. But it still has that sunscreen vibe because when you mix jasmine and vanilla, for some reason it brings this sunscreen vibe out. And this one's adding coconut, so it still has that beachy vibe to it. So it's definitely more aimed towards summer, but you can wear it end of spring, early fall as well. I mean, you can probably wear it all year long. I would see that this would be one of those ones because it has that amber and vanilla. It might actually do very well in the cool weather. I'll have to test it out because I know Soleil Neige does very good in the cool weather as well. But yeah, spring and summer, 100%. Because as it's drying, the amber's pulling out a bit more. So I would say if there was a perfect season for it, I won't know until I'm done the dry down if summer is definitely 100%. But I would say, at least in the weather I'm in right now, 60s to 80s, perfect temperature. So spring at least. What's up, Hamzat? How you doing, man? Hamzat, Killer Kamikaze in the chat, one of my moderators, is the one who sent me the Nishane that I'm about to review, as well as the Serge Lutens. So yeah. I don't care for Invictus Parfum. What's up, G-Law? It reminds me too much of Invictus Victory Elixir. Invictus Victory is too nuclear for me. The initial spray smells good, like Legend. So I'm not sure if you're saying it smells like Invictus Victory Elixir, because I don't get that at all. Invictus Victory Elixir to me smells like in the realm of Jean-Paul Gaultier's Le Beau Le Parfum, the Scandal Le Parfum, those type of fragrances. While I think that the Invictus Parfum, I think that smells just like if you took Invictus, Invictus Legend, and Invictus Aqua, smashed them into one fragrance, and then threw a bar of soap and just rubbed it all over the end of that bottle. That is pretty much exactly what that fragrance smells like. It's A soapy Invictus, which I've never been a huge fan of the Invictus line in general. I think it's just one of those fragrances that is right smack in the middle average. You're not going to smell bad wearing any of the Invictus fragrances. Are you going to smell different than other people? No. Are you going to smell anything unique? No. Are you going to have people telling you in fragrance community that's one of the best fragrances ever? No. It's just like they are 7.0 out of 10 across the board, and this one is no different. And so I'm going to say that. It's just Invictus Parfum is a mashup, a soapy mashup of Invictus. And it doesn't create, like, Invictus Victory Elixir, that pushed out so much that I couldn't wear it, and I sold the bottle. Even though it smells good, I don't like beast mode fragrances. But I can tell you that Invictus Parfum, it doesn't push out heavily on me. It's actually quite light. So, yeah. With that said, I think he said pre-sale starts Mother's Day, May 12th. Oh, so we're close. That's awesome because my birthday is May 20th. So we're getting real close. Next month is super busy. So today I was outside. I did so much stuff today. I cleaned out so many things. I bought my daughter a new bed. I planted all my plants outside, which took me about 6 hours. Cleaned out all my stuff. I even made a chia pet. It's a chia pet of Groot, like the baby Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy. I made a chia pet for my daughter, but that was pretty funny. With that said, my daughter's birthday's coming up. My nephew's birthday's coming up. My birthday's coming up. So got a lot of stuff to do in May. I gave my 10-year-old nephew a crap ton of fragrance decants for him to choose one because he said he wants to get into fragrances. So I gave him like 13 decants for him to try, and his favorite was Azara the Most Wanted. And then he also told me he wants to try Sauvage. But yeah, just figured I'd tell you guys that. I'll pick up Bloom when it reaches the UK. Well, it's supposedly it's coming soon to you guys. I know I heard that the other day. Giancarlo said I dropped the Lataffa Vintage Castle bottle on my foot. Paying for 10 minutes. Giancarlo, if you can go back to the beginning of my channel, one of my first shorts I ever posted was about Spice Bomb Infrared. And I was standing in my room, and I was acting like it was a grenade. And I pulled the pin, and I dropped it, and it hit off my foot and then hit off my bed, and the bottle broke in half. And it was my bedroom. So my bedroom we had to get the whole carpet replaced, everything. But I not only hurt my toe, I busted and broke a bottle. And not only that, my room smelled and I had to get my carpet replaced. So I just thought that was funny. You can actually see it. I'm like, oh shit. But do not like Invictus Parfum or YSLY Elixir. Too soapy for sure. So I put YSLY Elixir. I still think that the dry down is very nice. And right now, this year, I had a really hard time. Every other year, whenever I was doing my video that I'm doing for tomorrow, which is my top 5 fragrances released this year, up to this date, designer, every other year, I always have a very easy time getting my 2 runners up in my top 5. This year, there is so much mediocrity. It is legit mediocrity across the board. There is maybe 3 fragrances that stand out among others, but the rest of the designer releases this year were like 7s. It's like 7s or 6s, and they're all just blah. I see you guys talking about my buddy. I told Ross this would have been on my top 5 Tom Ford list. I love Cherry Smoke. It's one of my favorites. I don't know. I've always loved this. I was the first one to review Cherry Smoke on YouTube. I got it from a Tom Ford rep, and I was so excited to get it, and it smelled amazing. I saw your comment. I had to say something. But anyway, yeah, so I had a really hard time. After I chose my first 3, but then 4 and 5, it was so hard for me to choose what they were. With that said, you guys can comment on that video tomorrow. Thank you, Tim. What's up, Timbo Slice? How you doing, man? Hit that thumbs up. Yeah, if you guys are on your way in, or if you're on the replay, make sure on your way in that you hit that thumbs up. Just ordered a 50 milliliter of Cherry Smoke. I fell in love, shocked that, yeah, it's really nice. It was either that or French Defense, which is also a really good choice too. But Cherry Smoke, to me, it just took everything that Lost Cherry was and just did the opposite. Lost Cherry was that really synthetic, bubblegummy cherry, like Just for it almost smelled like, I mean, it smells good. Don't get me wrong. It's just I would never in a million years wear it. It smells like a 12-year-old girl fragrance. But cherry smoke, it's like it made it masculine. It made the cherry realistic. It had that smoke in it. It is just a really good fragrance. I mean, people might not think so, but I love it. I just absolutely, and obviously Smack does like it. I wore mall. I'm worried malls will shut down soon, which will suck not to tear fragrances. Gee, lol, I'm not sure what you're saying. Tear fragrances? I think you mean try fragrances. In Buffalo, New York, malls are doing very poorly. So the mall in my area, South Hills Village, it is growing. I mean, we had two malls in my vicinity of like 5 miles, and one of them shut down because the owner was an idiot. But it was one of the biggest malls in the country, and it shut down because the owner was an idiot. But the other mall that is just growing. They're adding on to it. So I'm not worried about that. And then we also have Ross Park Mall, which is where all of the Nordstroms and all of the high end stuff is, Louis Vuitton, which I don't go to anymore. But that is those malls aren't leaving. Do you have an update on the new Azara, the Most Wanted Intense? I'm thinking about getting a bottle. So the Most Wanted Eau de Toilette Intense is right there. Wait, it's the one behind that. Um, so yeah, I don't think that it's one that you should blind buy. I actually said that in my video tomorrow because I'm like giving away the ones that are in my. That's one of the runners up. I didn't put that in my top five. It was in one of the runners up, and that tells you how mediocre this year is because I won't tell you to blind buy that because the opening of that fragrance is just kind of like a generic synthetic minty mixture. The dry down is so freaking good though, but it takes 45 minutes to get there. I think somebody told me that today. I think someone said that. It's 100% the way that it is. It's the fragrance in the first like 20 to 30 minutes is just like whatever. Like I'm not sure if I like it, but the dry down is almost like a fresh and slightly minty take on this one, the original Most Wanted. So if you like that toffee, you like that amberwood, it's still there, but it's almost like it's freshened up and a little bit green. It just takes 45 minutes to get there. So you need to decide yourself if you like the opening. It's I like the fragrance. I'll give that fragrance like a 7.5 to an 8. Do I like it better than the other ones in the line? No, I still like the Most Wanted. I still like Wanted by Night and Most Wanted Parfum more. It is a solid number 4 in the line for me though. So you would make that decision, Sandy. I do not want to tell you yes or no on that fragrance because I know some people will not like that opening. Not like it. They're just gonna be like kind of eh. So I don't want to tell you to buy it, considering I already know your tastes a lot. You might like it, but I don't think you're going to love that opening, but I know you'll like the dry down. Poor performing malls might shut down, but there will still be stores like Sephora and Ulta, luxury boutiques. Exactly. Sephora's opening places everywhere. I mean, they're all over the world. They're not going to shut down. If anything, we're just going to get something. I mean, there is even Sephora and Kohl's now. So you're not going to have to worry about that. There's going to be fragrances to try somewhere. We're going to get into the next one in a second. I've been enjoying Strung With You Tobacco lately. That's on my list too. See, I'm giving the whole thing away now. Strung With You Tobacco is definitely on my top 3. Speaking of Jean Paul Gaultier. Oh, what's up, Mo? Welcome to Mo's! I forgot to do that. Speaking of Jean Paul Gaultier, I got Le Male Parfum at the same time with Givenchy Gentleman Society. Got a strong feeling the Le Male Parfum could have been a Givenchy Gentleman flanker as well. I don't know. I get the Oriental Spice, which you don't get from the Givenchy Gentleman line. And that's basically what it is. It's a more Oriental Spice Le Male. So I don't see that comparison. But I'm sad that you got the Givenchy Gentleman Society because the Society Extreme is redundant to the original, but it's better in every single way. You don't want to own both of them. And unfortunately, that's what's stopping me from buying it. Is because it's just so much better than the original. It's just they're so redundant to own both. Because the original's still good. It's just like a 7, 7.5. But the new one's like an 8.5. It's just they're so similar you don't want to own both. test fragrances. Oh, yeah. Okay. Now I gotcha. What's up, Montrese? How you doing, boss? I hope you're having a great day, my friend. Sandy, if I respond to Mo, doesn't make me an asshole. I mean, nobody respond to Mo. Scent of the day, OG Prada Luna Rosa, so underrated. Yeah, it is. I mean, maybe. The original Prada Luna Rosa never did anything for me. If you didn't get that from me, I mean, it's just kind of like an average fragrance for me. Sandy joined the dark side. Wow, I'm behind. The most wanted EDT Intense is actually really good. Tried it at Sephora and was surprised. The only wanted I like is Wanted by Night, but I enjoyed this. See, I love Most Wanted. I love Most Wanted Parfum. Wanted by Night is the thing that got me started doing my channel, so obviously I have an affliction for those fragrances. This one's good. It's just the dry downs, the opening is not where it's at. It's the dry down. Team Boss 2024 making the best designer brand. Top 2, motherfucker. Both of them. I even said at the end, I was like, the top 2 are the same brand. I mean, you guys knew where it was going. If you've been watching my channel even for a month, you should know what my top 2 are. I mean, it's no secret that I like that line right now. I mean, I think everybody likes that line right now. And I'm so happy that people are finally coming around to the Boss Bottled line, and it's hilarious because Boss Bottled has always been releasing bangers. It's just people are just now catching on to it because it's now becoming more unique. I've always liked Boss Bottled line. After my trip to Naaman, I need Tarina 21 and 22. I haven't tried 22, but 21 is fantastic. Herbaceous mintiness. Malls are kind of making a comeback in some of the country. They're just changing their business. It's all about the owner, honestly, because people are always going to use malls. I mean, because it's just a fun way to get out of the house that has if you want to shop in person, which a lot of people are always going to want to have to shop in person. It's just more fun that way. I mean, shopping online has its perks, but yeah. Ouch on Society Extra. Yeah, it's really good. It's a smoother, more refined, better overall version of the original Society with a little bit of the Polo Red Extreme coffee underneath. That's what the fragrance is in a nutshell. And it's really good. Has anyone tried Zaharov Casmarati Quattro P? I haven't heard of it, so I have not tried it. Also, when I run out of my Argos Dene 10 milliliter, that's a full bottle cop right away. I did not try Dene. I asked them if they wanted to send me Dene because they were asking me if they could send me a few decants. And I said, I already have a bunch of your fragrances, so I'd rather you not send me decants that I already have. But if you want to send me a bottle of Dene, I'm happy with it. And they said, nope. I was like, all right, peace. I don't really care. It's just I'm not going to do a collaboration with somebody who's sending me the same stuff I already have. I just picked up a tester bottle of Rosendo Mateau No. 5. I've always wanted to try that, Sandy. It smells close to Baby Cat. Yeah, I know. I've seen that. That's why I've been wanting to try it. I've been seeing it in the fragrances that are like it on Fragrantica a lot lately. We're almost to the bottom. Almost there. Hugo Boss has gone up a level, though. It's gone up a level, but the original Hugo Boss has always been my wife's favorite fragrance. That and Wanted by Night. Hugo Boss Bottled was my fragrance that I wore since like 1997. Boss Bottled Marine was a great opening. Very, very, very good fragrance. Boss Bottled Infinite. Very nice. Violet. Boss Bottled EDP Intense was one of my favorite, if not top 5 fragrances that I've ever owned. That's how much I liked it. So I'm just glad people were catching on to Boss. Yeah, my local Sephora is looking rough, though. A bunch of testers. Mine have them behind these little glass cases that you can reach in if you ask them. But no, they can't steal. Anyway, we got to get into the next fragrance. I promised my wife I wouldn't be that long. Zaharov Signature Black Rose. Last week I told you I don't like rose fragrances. Then I sprayed this shit on and I was like, holy freaking shit, this is one of the best rose fragrances I've ever tried in my life because of the blend. It is so well manicured, and I say that because it really is finely manicured fragrance where they take all of these beautiful notes and they mix them together with the rose on top, but the rose is so well blended into the fragrance that it's not really coming off like intrusive as like a heavy rose fragrance. While it is, it's being masked by the bergamot in the opening. As you get to the dry down, you get that woodiness. It is a more modern take on a kind of vintage style fragrance. It is not an everyday fragrance. I'll say that 100 times. I might wear this fragrance once every few weeks, but that once every few weeks, I'm going to smell amazing. And my wife likes it, which is amazing. And so I didn't think I'm ever going to do this, especially for a rose fragrance. This is a 9.3 out of 10 for just a fragrance in general, not just a rose fragrance. It's a 9.3 out of 10. I can see why George wore this so much, but if you had to factor in the wearability of it, obviously that score would go down. But a 9.3 out of 10, I'm not taking it to a 9.5 because that's reserved for some specific fragrances. I've never given out a 10, and I'm not giving a 10 now. But I have to say, if there was two fragrances that are coming close, it is Bloom and Rose are both fantastic. It's just in this genre of fragrance, that rose, woody, just bringing back that vintage, floral, masculine fragrance, that is exactly what you got here. And it's doing the best of all of them. It's better than Signature Rosé. And I know that's a lot of people's favorite fragrance out there. This is better than that. And it is stunning, like Sandy just said. I saw it and I had to use your word. Sorry, but it is. It is unique. It's refined. It is beautifully manicured, and I love the fragrance. And there's a little bit of spice and woods that come in. The rose sticks there, and for a second during my live stream last week, I said I don't know if I like where it's going. It was only for that mid. It was just transitioning. As it got to the dry down, it was like a beautifully nice, like a beautiful tonka bean that comes in. It provides a little bit of sweetness, but it's not overly sweet at all. It's just a nice, like I said, manicured blend, and that's what it is. And the performance is spot on. You get 10 plus hours. It'll stick on your clothes for 2 days. I mean, it's just everything about that fragrance is right. It's just you guys need to try it. Even if you don't like rose, you need to try that fragrance. That's all I'm going to say about that, because it's just great. I didn't think I would ever say that about a rose fragrance, which is why I had to reach out to George specifically and say, bro, you made me like a rose fragrance for the first time in 16 years. I have already liked rosé enough where I would say I liked it, but wouldn't buy a bottle. I liked L'Homme à la Rose by MFK, but again, enough to say I like it, but not enough to buy a bottle. Those were the two rose fragrances that I could say that I liked. This one blows those ones out of the water. And so, yeah, that is Halfeti Black Rose by Zaharov. Fantastic. Black Rose is heat. Can't wait for Signature Citrine to restock. I'm going to knock one of this. You're right. I'm going to knock one of them over. I like Citrine. This stuff is beautiful. Even I tried the older batches, and the newer batches are actually better. Green, citrus, but not like a heavy green. Just a nice, again, manicured green citrus blend. It is absolutely a fantastic fragrance, but that's not what we're talking about today. That'll be reserved. I already did a review on that, so that'll be reserved for you guys to go watch the fucking video. All right, so we're gonna get into the other fragrances before my wife has a conniption fit. Nishane Tarot. I think John Carlos said he wanted me to talk about this, and he was looking forward to my review on it. So this is the first time I've ever tried Tarot. So just to let you know, I just got this in today. Hamzat sent it to me. It was literally like 20 minutes ago. So I am spraying this on a tester, though, just in case it sucks. That's actually pretty nice. It smells... I'm just going to say this right off the bat. It reminds me of a mix of two fragrances. It reminds me, if you, at least here in the opening, It reminds me if you had this like salted caramel Black Phantom by Killian, and you mix that together with Leighton, like almost like a warm, aromatic, spicy fragrance. I like it a lot, and I don't like Black Phantom that much. It's just like it smells like you're taking that almost salted caramel mixture and you're blending it. I'm not gonna buy it right now because it's too hot for this, but yikes, that's good. Literally, I'm telling you, it smells like Black Phantom if you mix it together with Leighton. Not the mint from Leighton, because I know some people are always worried about that. But I'm talking about like that warm, spicy, aromatic tone, and you mix it together with like a salted caramel. Bam! You got Nishane's Tarot. This is just a fire live stream. I don't know what you guys think. I could give two shits. I'm talking about the fragrances I'm smelling. I can't like come like you guys want to smell. This is just good. This is really good, and I do care what you guys think. I love you. Hamza, you need to spray this on, and right in the opening, just close your eyes and think Black Phantom and Leighton. Just think of the two and press them together. More Black Phantom than anything, but there's definitely that warm, spicy, aromatic tone that you get. It's like ambery aromatic tone that you get from Leighton, minus the mint, and then it's snug underneath that salted caramel. Ooh. I forgot I had a third Zaharoff to review. Oh, that's so good, man. My mouth's dry. That's an easy like 8.2 and 8.5. This smells like exactly what I keep saying. I don't know why I keep repeating it. It's like there. If you want to, this is a fall and winter heavy fragrance, and it's freaking great. It's a gourmand beast, and I can't stop smelling it because it smells so damn good. Warm, spicy, has a little bit of an aromatic tone underneath it. A little, probably like black pepper or some shit, but it's definitely a salted caramel on top. I don't know. Yeah, yeah, wow. I don't want to stop smelling that. That stuff's really good. I I've smelled things that do the same thing, which is why I'm not giving it like a 9 or anything, but in that field, it's one of the better options. And knowing Nishane, that the price tag for that's probably like on discounters like 90 to 130, which I mean that is 100% a pickup. I mean, that's a blind buy if you like anything that I just said. I can't spray it on skin right now, Hamzat. I legit, before you entered the live stream, I sprayed this everywhere. So if I sprayed it on skin, I wouldn't smell. There was one spot I did not spray my Jean Varvatos, and guess what? I sprayed Signature Bloom there. Signature Bloom is amazing, dude. That tarot is good. It's like well above average good. Signature, it might be just because it's hot outside, but man, a Signature Bloom fucking fire. Yikes. I might have to get that. No, I have Soleil Neige. I have Soleil Neige to hold me over until I make that order. Okay, we're good. I have enough in this decant to wear. I'll probably wear it tomorrow. The chat said sprayed on skin. Get the hose again. I'm not doing. I already like it. Why do you guys need me to spray it on skin? I like it a lot. If it's better on skin, then that's even better. It's just I like it a lot. I don't know what more you want from me right now. I like it a lot. Like, it's good. Buy it. If you like Black Phantom, if you like a little pieces of the aromatic, warm, spicy, ambery tones from Leighton, Smash them together. If you like either of those fragrances, you're like this. All right, just deal with it. I'm not spraying it on palm sand. You saw my hand go up. I almost did it. I'm not doing it tonight. I'm not doing that again. What's up, King Elias? How you doing, man? I already read your comment and I didn't realize it was you. You're welcome, Giancarlo. I need a sample of Blue Talisman from Ex Nihilo. Has anyone tried? I have it somewhere. Somebody sent that to me and I didn't smell it yet. Smell-o-vision isn't a thing. It is in my head, and also there's a movie where smell-o-vision's a thing. Oh wait, yeah, that's Willy Wonka, right? Smell-o-vision is a thing. If Bloom sells out, it won't be back till 2025. I already talked to George. It'll be there. It'll be there whenever he does the thing. So the Thing. When I just said thing, it reminded me of the show The Vikings that I'm watching for the second time. New Versace Eros. Yeah, we talked about that earlier, the Dawn. It actually looks pretty good as far as the scent. The bottle looks stupid, but yeah, I mean, a lot of bottles look better in person, though. The peer pressure is relentless. All right, let's get into this thing. And I need to spray this on a tester. This is Joey Cannoli's mashup with Zaharoff. It's called, so I liked Royale X. It's one bottle that I was going to get, and I forgot I was going to get it until right now. But Zaharov Signature XXX, I was sent this by Eddie like 2 months ago, and I forgot I had it. But good thing I found it right before this video. But I've heard things about this, so I am not spraying. You want to know how Joey Cannoli described this on the live stream I was on? He was like, you know when you have like super rough sex? Well, right before that, like that steamy foreplay, it's pretty much what it smells like. I was like, I don't want it. Like, it's good. It's definitely Royale X. It's that Zaharov, it's blue, but has a little bit of spice to it. It's actually not bad. Why would he advertise it like that? It's a bit animalic, I can see that, but it's not really. I mean, it's not like heavy animalic, sex foreplay shit. Sorry, Jace, if you're watching. I have a 10-year-old nephew that pops in my channel. Yeah, I mean, it's spicy blue. A little citrusy. It smells like Royale X, just a little bit darker, a little bit more animalics to it. It's actually a really nice fragrance. I just squeaked a little bit. Yeah. It's not blowing me out of the water, but it's actually a pretty damn good fragrance. I mean, I would easily give this an 8. This is definitely one. I was scared to even spray this on skin because of the way that he described it. I thought this was going to come out like the original batch of Aaron Terrence Hughes Slut. Somebody sent that to me, and apparently they completely changed the DNA of that fragrance. The original Aaron Terrence Hughes Slut, that stuff is terrible. I heard the new batch is good, though. Yeah. I would say Royale X, I'd give that probably like a 7.8 to an 8. I actually think it's pretty decent. It's a spicy blue. It smells like Royale X, just like I said, a little bit deeper, a little bit warmer, and has a slight animalic tone to it, but nothing that's off-putting. I need to get off-putting. Jeez, my mind. All right, that's good. Joey Cannoli, you advertise that like a monster. But the thing is that people who watch his channel, they'll buy it because he said that. And so, like, I mean, I guess good advertising on you. Royale X is really good, Mike. You'll like it. It's just like I said, it's a blue. Here, I'll read the notes off for if they even have it. I'm not even sure if it's still something. This is Royale XXX with Joey Cannoli, not the original Royale X. Royale X is good. I want to buy a bottle. I just completely forgot that I was going to. Too many fragrances. Royale XXX Zaharov. Um, there has to be somewhere with notes. FragranceLine.com has it for with the notes. So, top notes are cognac, rum, anise, Davana, lavender. Okay, I get the Davana and lavender for sure. Mid notes are tobacco leaf, honey, and oud. That's not the right one. I don't get much of a boozy tone. I get the Davana and lavender. It's a bit green, but it's a blue fragrance at its core. Tobacco leaf, honey, and oud. Pimento, balsam fir, and cedar makes sense. Amber, Madagascar, vanilla. I'm just throwing those notes out the window. I'm not even sure that site has the right notes. And if it is, it definitely doesn't spell out what you're smelling. It smells, like I said, like a spicy blue. I did hear that there was, Mike, I'm looking at your comment. I heard that there's a lot of cumin in the dry down, like after 15 to 20 minutes. But it is getting a little funky. It's getting a little funky. Let me come back to that. We have another fragrance to try, so I'm going to come back to that. It's getting funky. So it's coming out. There's a little bit of an odory scent to it. And I can tell it's coming out, so I'm coming out. All right. That's Nishane's Tarot. There it is. We're going to try out Serge Lutens, and this is called Bois, Un Bois Vanilla, or Un Bois Vanille. This was also sent to me by Killakamikaze in the chat. Hamzat. No, Mo, I'm not giving you a hand. Well, just like the name says, it's a Bois vanilla scent. It's a rich, bold, calm, and soothing vanilla. Oh, a little woody. Me likey. This is a good vanilla scent. And I was looking up before this live. I wanted to see what the price was on this, because sometimes Serge Lutens can be on one end of the spectrum or the other. It's on Joma Shop for $67. I like this. It's in the same realm as Whispers in the Library. It's in the same realm as, like, what's that other fragrance? Oh, this one. Memoirs of a Trespasser, but not quite there. This is a little bit more heavier on that, like, sensual, like, creamy vanilla almost. That's what it is. It's a soothing vanillic scent. It's very vanilla dominant, very, like, realistic vanilla, like a vanilla bean, mixed together with a little bit of woods and spice. And it's a very simplistic linear fragrance at this point in time. But man, if you want a realistic vanilla scent that doesn't have a lot of powder, which a lot of fragrances with vanilla have powder, and I don't like that about it. This I like. I will buy. I won't buy now, but it's going on my list to buy in fall. I mean, at least for right now. Yeah, very realistic vanilla. It almost has like this like creamy, lotiony undertone. As it's changing going into the mid, it's a little bit of like a creamy, lotiony undertone, if you know what I mean. Like almost like a vanilla. Have you ever smelled like that vanilla bean Noel body lotion that you get from Bath and Body Works? You're what the French calls les incompetents. Yeah, I am not incompetent. Yeah, it's getting like this creamy lotion. It smells very similar to. It's almost like a high quality vanilla if you took like the smell of Vanilla Bean Noel, which is that body lotion from Bath and Body Works, and put it into a fragrance. Um, it has like a lotiony vibe to it, which is very interesting. Anyway, let's see what y'all are saying. A lot of cumin. No, yeah. So Mike, yeah, I let me get back to that. Yes, there's a lot of cumin now. That's what the funk was coming from. It still doesn't smell bad. It doesn't have like a boozy cognac like it was saying in the note breakdown. It's definitely a lot of lavender, a little bit of Devon under there. But I mean, for the most part, it smells like an ambery blue that has a lot of spice, a little bit of a funky cumin underneath it for sure. At least as of right now. Um, so anyway, um, Hamzat said there's coconut and beeswax. Well, I wouldn't know what beeswax smelled like, but that's where that lotiony vibe is coming from. I can now that you said coconut, it's not like coming off like a pure coconut to me. The vanilla, I mean, it might come out later, but right now it smells like that could be where that lotiony vibe, like I said, is coming from. But honestly, it smells like a very nice natural vanilla lotion. It's what it smells like. And it's really nice. Has a little bit of like a woody spice underneath it, but very creamy, very like lotion esque. But for $67, I would totally buy that. I think it's a great fall and winter scent. If you're sitting inside, you're drinking like a tea or even a beer or something, coconut milk, not coconut. Well, then that makes sense. That's where that lotiony vibe comes from. Um, yeah, so I honestly think that it's a really nice, easy wear, calming vanilla scent that you should definitely get if you're interested in vanillas and you don't like powders. I would definitely buy that fragrance. It's something that I would definitely recommend. You would smell like a vanilla lotion. Like I said, like a high quality vanilla bean Noel. That's what it smells like. A little bit waxy. You're right. Beeswax, so I get that. But for the most part, it's like a vanilla lotion. High quality, very nice. You're with the hey, Black Sand. What's going on? Say, Randy, I'm thinking about purchasing the Invictus Parfum. What do you think? I just did an entire video on that. You're welcome to watch that. Um, and I also talked about it already in this live stream. But the Invictus Parfum is just a soapy Invictus, which I'm not a huge fan of Invictus. I think they're just basic fragrances across the board. I heard the 2016 Aqua was like a game changer, but it's just a soapy Invictus. It's a mix of all the other ones in the line. So if you like Invictus and you like soapy fragrances, then you're probably going to like that. That's all. I mean, it's nothing special. It's just a good fragrance that you can probably find in 3 months for $60 on a discounter. So if you're willing to wait and you're still interested, then definitely do that. But if you want to buy it now, buy it from their website because they will send you a decant of it with the bottle where you can try the decant. And then if you don't like it or you think it's meh, you can send the bottle back to them and get a full refund. Un Bois de Vanilla is a classic. Love it. Giancarlo, yeah, I'm glad you like it too. It is a really nice one. I'm not surprised that you have it in your collection of 2,500 bottles. Invictus or Azzaro EDT, which one? Honestly, both of them are not worth a blind buy. That's my personal opinion. I think the Azzaro EDT is the better option from the two, just because that dry down is very good. But I think both of them are a mediocre to above average fragrances. They're nothing more than that. And with the Azzaro, the opening is not worth a blind buy. With the Invictus, again, it's just a basic Invictus soapy fragrance. That's all it is. It's a soapy take on all of the rest of the ones in the line. The closest one would be Invictus Legend. It's a soapy Invictus Legend, if you want to put it that way. But it has a little bit of an aquatic tone from Invictus Aqua. So that's why I say it's a mashup. What do you think about the Spice Bomb EDT? All the Spice Bombs are pretty good. Spice Bomb Infrared and Infrared EDP are my favorites. The Extreme is too powdery of a vanilla. While I still like it, I just don't choose it over the other ones. Night Vision EDT is actually way... it's like overkill. People hate on it, overkill. It's like not a bad fragrance. It's pretty decent, but the Night Vision EDP is the better. It's almost like like a bubblegum fragrance meets Wanted by Night, and they smash them together. Um, then the EDT is just it's a nice fragrance. I know some people think that's the best spice bomb. My wife doesn't really like it, so I don't personally own a bottle anymore. I ended up selling it to one of my subscribers. I did have a 200 milliliter, but it's nice. It's an all season spice bomb, really. It's just I wouldn't wear it in like the high heat. It's okay. I mean, it's a like an 8 out of 10. It's a above average fragrance. Nothing special. I would try that before you buy that too, and you can try them in any Sephora or Ulta, Sephora or Ulta, and some Macy's. The Invictus fragrances are nice to me, but aren't memorable compared to what you smell once you get the fragrance. Get into fragrances. Exactly. When I first started, I had 20 some bottles, and I used to think that like the original Azara Wanted was a pretty nice fragrance. Now it's just like a generic fragrance. So I get that. If you're new into the game, then the Invictus Parfum might be a great addition to your line for sure. That's why I'm leaving it open for people, and that's why whenever I judge designer fragrances, I don't judge them necessarily 100% on my um, own merit and what I think of the fragrances. I'll give you my opinion in the video, but I'll also let you know from both a collector collector's perspective and from a newbie's perspective. So, from a newbie's perspective, the Invictus Parfum might be still a nice pickup. I just don't think that anybody, whether you're a collector or a newbie, is going to say, wow, this is a great fragrance. I just don't see that happening. Gian Hernandez. So, this is the first time you came to my live and said it. You keep calling me Chaos Dude, and I want to know. I didn't want to ask in the other ones because I didn't want to start a whole conversation in somebody else's live. But why do you call me Chaos Dude? I'm super confused by that. I I always wondered that, and you said it. And I just didn't respond the first couple of times because I know Ross made a comment about it the one time. He was like, "Randy doesn't even like chaos," and I was like, "Yeah, I thought the same thing. I don't like chaos at all." And I was super confused by the comment, and so I didn't want. I wanted to wait until you came on my live stream to actually ask you what it actually means. My favorite Invictus. What's your thoughts on Triumph of Bacchus? Really good, Mike. What's going on, Mike? If you guys haven't followed I Smell, make sure to do that. Triumph of Bacchus, I'm actually surprised because a lot of people just said it was like Carlisle mixed with red tobacco, but they completely left out the first 15 minutes of the fragrance. The first 15 minutes of the fragrance is Jay, don't start. First 15 minutes of the fragrance has this like peach fruity mixture that nobody really even talked about on a lot of like the live streams and stuff that I was saying. Nobody talked about it. And then I even like double checked that I wasn't the only one who was smelling this. And so I asked around. I asked my wife. I asked people that I talked to like on the fragrance community. They were like, "No, you definitely get this peach. I mean, there's definitely a fruity opening. It's a spicy, fruity opening with that undertone that people were talking about for sure. But the peach is like super heavy in the opening. With that said, when you get about 15 minutes into the fragrance, it turns into the spices of Carlisle and that sweet, rich tobacco fragrance that you get from red tobacco without the harshness. You mix them together. Anyway, I'm Gian. Randy, you're just the chaos of YouTube. But you know when you say chaos, it actually is like a slap in the face. Just an FYI. And so I'm not trying to be mean because I know you're doing it to joke around, and it doesn't actually piss me off, but it's borderline. So I just wanted to let you know, like, kindly, that it's kind of disrespectful, so I wouldn't say it. Just an FYI. That's why I was trying to be nice about it, but I mean, Chaos is pretty much the shit of the fragrance community, and everybody on my channel knows that. People only use his channel for links and stuff like that now, so I Just an FYI, if you do want to be nice, I would just not say that. With that said, who's trying to go to jail? Isn't chaos the chaos of YouTube? Exactly, that's what I'm thought. Dallas would never make himself this accessible. Seriously, wrench about to wrench. Yeah. Chaos is a bum. Yep. Wrench is about to wrench. Um, I mean, I thought he was saying that because I was posting things like from Venba and Joma Shop, but the thing is that outside of the last week, because there was a shit ton of sales, you guys, I asked you guys how much you wanted me to post, and you said if you could post on Wednesdays and Fridays, that'd be good. And so I post them on Wednesdays and Fridays, and so that's what I've been doing. So I thought he was saying that because I was just posting links that you guys asked me to post, but not 100% sure. That's what I was thinking originally, but no idea. You're a pretty cool guy compared to him. Didn't mean I didn't think you meant harm. That's why I figured I would bring it up. I just didn't want to bring it up in Ross's live stream because Ross knows how well he feels the same way. Pretty much everybody feels the same way. But yeah, I just didn't want to bring it up in somebody else's live stream. So I was waiting until you came to one of my lives to ask. But yeah. Anyway, glad we got that covered. Anyway, I stopped watching Chaos when I signed his newsletter on rare fragrances. See, I actually watched Chaos back in the day. I watched him, and I've said that 100 times. I watched his channel. I think it was, I thought it was good. It was whenever he started turning into the fact that he had so many companies reaching out to him that he is now posting links, and I think his wife posts his links for his girlfriend or whoever. I think she posts all the links for him, and I know I didn't notice it because I wasn't even like a reviewer or anything at that point in time. I'll just tell you guys the story real quick. So I wasn't a reviewer at that point in time, and I went and bought a fragrance called Azaro Decibel based on the fact that he said it was rare and it was really good, blah, blah, blah. I got it in and it was trash. Worst fragrance that I have ever smelled in my entire life. Not only that, I ended up paying like $40 more than it actually was supposed to be. I wasn't a huge thing at discounters, all of that. I had no idea. And then I started actually paying attention to any time he posted sales while I still watched his channel. And it actually turned out that about 90% of the things he was posting were not actually sales. They were not actually on sale at that point in time. There was other sites where the fragrances were actually less expensive, and so I would just I would want one of the video or one of the comments, one of the posts he put, it was like Acqua di Gio Profumo for $119, and I commented that it was on FragranceNet for 101, and he blocked me. And that was the only reason he blocked me. And then so when I started my YouTube channel, I went on him on there and I commented once when I first started my channel. And I said the same thing. It was about a low Dissy fragrance. And I commented, it's actually $89 here, or whatever the price was. And he blocked me. And so now I was blocked on my personal channel and now this channel. And it was both because I was correcting and letting people know what the sales were better. And that's the whole story. So yeah, I just think that if you're going to post sales, you should at least post sales that you think are the best ones out there. That was my whole issue. View deleted message. I appreciate the sales comments. I got stuff I couldn't find. Vibrato. Hey, no. Oh, jeez. Hamzat, you hid King Alias. He was talking about my sales comments. Because I was making the post about my sales comments. Like, that's like the ones that I've been posting for Wednesdays and Fridays. So, King Alias, if you see this, now I have to unhide him. Damn. Okay. Sorry, King Alias, if you can still see this. That was not me who hid you. I just smell Bloom from my sample. Oh my god, love it first sniff. Bottle ordered. John Carlos, seriously, it really is. I watched he did out. Yeah, that's when I watched it too. Mike, I was all about watching his content. Him and Jensense and Ross were the three people I watched. But now I'm not going to watch somebody who blocks me because I tried to correct a sale. That was all it was. I watched him as well. He was one of the first YouTubers I got into. Just don't connect with his personality. And his content now is all about his sales. That's all it really is. That's nothing to get blocked over. He's ridiculous for blocking you over that. Yeah, I know. That's what I was saying. Is all I did was correct the price. So I still get comments from um, a lot of my subscribers saying, "Hey, did you see this was on sale?" Chaos mentioned it, and it was 2 weeks ago. Somebody said Chaos keeps posting, and they said he posted 3 or 4 times. Issey Miyake Low Dissy Parfum. That it's rare and it's in stock for 119 or something like that. And I said, first off, Issey Miyake Low Dissy Parfum is on every single discounter right now, and it's been on there for the last 3 months because I've posted it myself. And it was like, it was 60 some dollars on the other site, which was like $30 cheaper than what he had posted. And I was like, that he's still doing it. So yeah. What's up, Jason Vircher? How you doing? Michael Garza, how you guys doing? People going to YouTube jail, Randy. I need to go. Hold on. I need to go to my YouTube studio and unblock him real quick. Studio.youtube. I apologize that I'm doing this on my live. It's just if any of you guys got incorrectly blocked by one of my moderators, you would want me to unblock you right away. And so that's what I am going to be doing. I just have to sign out of my daughter's account and sign back in. Okay. Fragrance Dude. I don't even remember my password. If you guys are new, like Jason and all them, let me know what your scent of the day is while I'm handling Hamzat's bullshit. All right. We are now in YouTube studio. Sorry, King Alias. Again, I really apologize. I think he said his finger slipped. Community. All right. And now I need to find him. There's like 700 people hidden. What was his name? King Alias? Oh, jeez. There's way too many. Oh, there he is. All right. King Alias is unblocked. Hopefully he's still here. If not, I'll see him on the next live. Scent of the day is PDM Percival for Jason Virtue. What's going on? Scent of the day for Nosy Neighbor is Virtus Soleil Patchouli. I haven't heard of that one, but I just tried another Virtus the other day that Dedrick sent me. That one was really good too. Randy, your password is the most 180p intense. Yeah. My password is a lot. You would actually think it would be shorter than that, but it's actually a lot longer than that. I have to. My work needs it, and so I do it for all of my things so I remember it. What's up, Nosy Neighbor? I'm good, man. I really appreciate you showing up. You, Jason, Boxing Sense, all y'all. Let's have a vote. All ban Cam is he's gonna get shit in our moderator chat. He's gonna get shit on. He comes to like the first live stream in like a couple weeks and he blocks somebody accidentally. That's funny. Ooh, Boxing. You're like the only other person I know that wears Sublime Vanille. Love that stuff. Scent of the day, Robert Williams, Suspiro Vibrato. That's first on my list to buy. It's just out of stock right now. Today's scent of the day is ADG Profumo. Only fragrance I have 3 bottles of. The only fragrance I have 3 bottles of is Wanted by Night. I had to. It discontinued, so I wanted to make sure I had it. I tried Chaos recommendation quite a few times and just felt so. It's because he's not recommending anything to you. That's where he dropped off. He's not recommending anymore. It's all just based on what he knows he can get sales off of. Like I'll do my weekly rotation for you guys for Venba, and it's mostly just things that I would personally buy myself, or at least things that I've heard of that I want to try. But outside of that, it's like I don't post anything that I have never heard of. Today was the first day I've worn Percival in about 6 months. Funny, Jason, because I have it on my. I have this little rotation thing down here. You can't see my finger down here where I put 7 bottles and I spin them around, and Percival is actually on that little spinny thing. Sublime as Fire. People sleeping on it. I haven't. I've heard the name of it. I think I have a decant of it, but I don't know what we're talking about. Oh, Creed Sublime Vanilla. Okay, Vanille. I always say that. Vanille is Sublime Vanille. I actually heard of that one. Somebody told me it's in one of their like prestigious bottles, right? Kind of like Spice and Wood that I tried the other day. That was really good. I honestly can't even remember the last time I wore Percival. It's definitely good for the rotation. It's a good smelling fragrance. It's basically the niche version of Fierce slash Mont Blanc Legend Eau de Parfum. Just like higher quality citrus salad and Broxton blue. Mix that all together, make it a little bit more modern and last a bit longer. And it's the best of all of those. It's really nice. Randy, it's kind of nice edition blanche in my opinion. So is it one? Yeah, but isn't that Jonathan Madsen? Oh, what's going on, man? I didn't realize that was you saying it. I thought it was the person who posted that. Is it in one of their prestigious bottles, like the Spice and Woods, where it's like $500 on discounters, or is it one of the ones that comes in like an actual Creed bottle, like the Aventus and all that? Yeah, sadly it's pricey. That's what I thought. I thought I saw it once on Venba. Yeah, $339 on Venba. Yeah, I thought I saw it on Venba, and I was like, if I'm gonna spend $340 on a fragrance, you guys already know where my eyes would be going, and that's Louis Vuitton. Anytime you're gonna spend over $300 on a fragrance, if you don't own Louis Vuittons, that's probably where your eyes are going to. Jesus, my dog just hit down there. She was trying to jump up on me. Get a sample, Randy. It's worth a try. I'll definitely get a sample of that. Thank you for your time, Jonathan Madsen. Anyway, so let's revisit. Okay, so what is that again? Serge Lutens, and this is Un Bois Vanilla, or why do I keep doing that? Un Bois Vanille. My dog tried jumping up, and when she jumped up, I moved my leg and I kicked the table. No, so Serge Lutens Un Bois Vanille. It smells like a high quality vanilla bean Noel body lotion from Bath and Body Works. It's $67 and it's definitely worth a pickup. Really beautiful non-powdery vanilla scent. I need to figure out what testers are which. Okay. Triple X dries down a little bit more animalic. It has a little bit more of that cumin in there. It's definitely a little bit spicier. I like the original Royale X better. This one, the note breakdown's confusing. I didn't get much of a boozy tone to it. It's a little bit richer here in the dry down though. But Royale Triple X, it's okay. It's just nothing I would buy personally. Signature Bloom is a must-buy. If you like creamy jasmine scents, you should buy Signature Bloom. It is fantastic. And also, while you're there, pick up this guy, because this made me, somebody who does not like rose and has a wife that's allergic to rose, want to buy a bottle, even though George sent it to me. I appreciate that. I was about to buy it, and nice guy he is. That dude's like a saint. This stuff is absolutely amazing. I reviewed it last week with my decant, and it's a freaking work of art, bro. If you want to see my thoughts on it, obviously I did a talk on it a little bit earlier in this live stream. And then we have the fragrance that is from Nishane. It is, what the fuck is it? Nishane Tarot. That was sent to me by Hamzat. It is like legit, like a salted caramel it's Black Phantom meets Leighton. It's what the two fragrances. It's really, really good. It's honestly like an 8.5. I think it's really nice. Nosy Neighbor, I already said Bloom. I did my review on it earlier in the live stream. I'll do a real quick recap of it. If you've ever tried Soleil Neige, then you'll know what I'm talking about because it smells very much similar to this, except for the fact Soleil Neige, I don't like the rest of the Soleil line. Soleil Faux, Soleil Blanc, I don't like them. Soleil Neige is almost like a high-end sunscreen with this really nice, beautiful jasmine mixed together with vanilla and sandalwood. It is almost like a high-end creamy vanilla jasmine mixture that smells like a high-end sunscreen. This one has that same vibe, except for the jasmine you could tell is a little bit more higher quality. It has more of an ambery backbone to it, but they are in the same realm. It is a creamy jasmine, very, very beautiful. Where that, again, I'm not a huge fan of florals, but if you take that creaminess, that vanilla, it's a bourbon vanilla, mix that together with the amber, a little bit of tonka, some sandalwood. It is a beautiful way that they took that creaminess, that woodiness, and they offset that overly floral, feminine feeling to it and made it perfectly unisex. And it's a beautiful fragrance that I think everybody at least needs to try. If you know you like jasmine or creamy fragrances mixed together with jasmine, it's going to be something that you should blind buy. I mean, I'm saying it's that good. If you like floral fragrances and you like creamy fragrances, it is beautiful. It's getting a little bit more ambery, and the sandalwood is definitely popping a little bit more after about an hour of having it on my skin now. But it's a 9 out of 10 for sure. It's 100% a 9 out of 10. This fragrance is great. And it's after an hour, it's still sitting there at about above average. So I don't know how long it's going to last. I'm going to be doing a dual video on both this and Bloom coming up here in about 3 days. So you guys should definitely check that out. And I'll let you guys know what my thoughts are on it after I have worn that for about 2-3 days. Anyway, with that said, guys, my wife's probably pissed that I've been taking this long, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you guys know that tomorrow my video is coming out, my top 5 designer fragrances with 2 runners up until this point in 2024, as far as the ones that were released in 2024. I hope that you guys can check that out. If you're coming in from the replay, make sure to hit that like, also comment. I will respond to your comments. I appreciate everybody that joined. We had a nice healthy live stream between 30 and 50, so it was really nice. And I really appreciate everybody. Let me just make sure there's no more comments. Really surprised to hear that you had how much you enjoy Bloom. Well, like I said, I don't know how much I would have enjoyed it if it was so different from this. But this is the only floral heavy fragrance in my entire collection because I don't like florals. And I love this. And it's very similar, like 60% similar to Soleil Neige. And it's beautiful. It might even be better than Soleil Neige. Can't wait for Seraphim Blue to come out. Hoping to pick up a backup of Bloom and Citrine if it's in stock. Apparently Citrine was supposed to be in stock the 25th of this month, but I think it got pushed back. But it is coming back in stock very soon. I did hear that from somebody on my Instagram. With that said, I appreciate everybody who stopped in today. I got to get going. I'm going to go for my run and then probably hit the hay because I got to work early tomorrow. So thank you guys so much. Again, make sure to hit that like on your way out. And again, I'll see you guys on the next one. Good night. Peace out.